Hey, and welcome back to part 3, I guess, of the questions and answer video, because the first part was the one where I actually asked for questions. So this time we're gonna scroll up a tiny bit more. Uh, there we go. Freaking perfectionism. I actually hope you can read this, otherwise this is a kind of a wasted effort. Anyway, I'm reading the questions, so that makes no sense. Well, I was gonna make a video where I didn't read any of the questions, just gave you the answers. But I'm in no rush. I'm just gonna, you know, read the questions for you and just answer them. Because I have a lot of things to say about these questions. There's some really good questions in these comments, and some of them deserve their own complete video. I'm going to answer those questions in a complete video later on, an Asperger's related video, because the question is so important. However, I'm gonna quickly answer it now. So anyway, first question is from Jesus Smile. I won't say smile like male, but it's Isu Smiley. Again. From the day I was born, I was always anxious in social situations. So hard that I can't even think straight. I get dizzy and everything seems like a dream in slow motion. Sometimes when I'm in public. And you already whatever. So that affects my life so much that I can't even get a job, go to a job interview or anything. So does an Aspie have problems with acute social anxiety? Is it a lifelong social anxiety? And do you too have problems with that as well? TY. Um. Yeah, that's a good question. It's like anxiety. I know of a lot of Aspies who have anxiety, like literal anxiety, and I know for a fact that I used to be very close to having panic attacks from. In fact, I did get panic attacks just from going to work sometimes, like very rarely, but sometimes. The trip at the bus to work and then all the noises at work just gave me a panic attack because it was just too much input. A social situation isn't always about input. It can be hard in a different way, but it's kind of vague what you mean here. But yeah, we can't block stuff out. If we're sitting at a table with 10 people, 10 people are going to talk, usually, and it's usually going to be like 2 and 2. For some reason they do that. They sit next to each other and talk, or like across the table and talk, and they don't seem to be able to hear the other conversations going on. I hate it when that happens, because I end up sitting completely quiet, trying to listen to every conversation, sometimes butting in on one of them and then butting in on another one, saying something, clever or stupid, whatever I usually do. And to me, it's just mind-boggling that they can all just focus in on another person and ignore everything else. But that's how normal people do it. So, social anxiety isn't about being in the social areas. It's just that if you're in stressful areas, you get stressed. There's no getting around that. You can wear sunglasses all day long. You have to come home eventually, otherwise you are gonna get stressed because it's always there. Or you can just buy a Game Boy or something, because that actually helps to focus on it so hard that you don't hear anything else. You can't really do that at a job interview though, so that's a bit of a hassle. But yeah, lifelong social anxiety. Is it? No, not really. I've learned to keep myself away from places I know I wouldn't like. If you count that as helping the syndrome, like the acute social anxiety, it's not curing it, but it is helping it, I think. Yeah. You can get better with dealing with it, but it's not going to go away, I don't think. that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Whew, that was a way long time to take on one question. So the Seltsamer Attractor comments. I think the anxiety thing can be overcome with professional help, but I have it too, and I won't visit any freaking shrink ever again. You know, why not? The shrink told you that you have Asperger's, and that's a really good thing, you know. The shrink helped you, so why not go there again? He can help you again. Shrinks are good. As long as it's not a problem you can deal with yourself, is what I usually say. Yeah. And Isus Mali again replied back to that guy saying, I tried many meds, but my anxiety does not go lower. It's just acute, and I don't know what to do anymore. And why don't you want to visit the shrink again? Something bad happened? Question mark. Yeah. Medication isn't gonna help unless the medication is just there to make you friggin' dull your mind. The medication will never change who you are, and the problem is that you have anxiety. It's a psychological thing. It's not something wrong with your chemical balance. You don't like groups of people, and that's not something medication can help with. At best, it can just make you ignore it, but it's not good. Like I said, there's no real solution to it, but yeah, you can handle yourself better. Now, in practical terms, like with a job interview, I don't know if you mean that you can't go there, you can't get to the job interview, or if you mean that once you are there, you just can't talk because you're nervous because there's one person there. If you're nervous that there are like sitting like 5 people there with the interview, then I could understand. But if there's just one person and you're still nervous, then I can't help you, and I don't actually know who can help you. And that sounds mean, but it is a problem that you're gonna have to actually ask some serious help for, like proper serious help, because if you can't stand one person at a time, then your aspiness is way stronger than mine, and I can't help you. I'm sorry. This entire video was one question, and the answer was, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna end the video here, since that was just one question. Like, what can you do in that situation? Can you, working at home, taking job interviews over the phone, having somebody to help you out, to speak for you? I actually met a person, I didn't meet a person who had somebody speaking for her. I actually met the person who was speaking for another person. I met some guy, and he was like, on a meet, it doesn't matter. His job was to speak for the girl that was standing behind him because she couldn't speak in crowds. And, you know, she has every right to have a job too, so why stop her, right?